I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. We are joined by Zaya. Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Appreciate you coming on. Could you let
Of
folks
course.
know who Zaya is?
I am a VTuber. I used to stream a little bit a while ago, and then I started up again, but now I'm known as Zaya. I used to be known as Sickbean, actually, but yeah, I consider myself like bilingual Latina VTuber because I'll scream in Spanish here and there, but yeah, that's me.
It seems that folks are able to do that, get a lot more traction out of yelling in frustration in Spanish than in English. It just it just seems like it's a better language to get mad in.
It's funny, honestly. Whenever like my mom yells at me in Spanish or anything like that, it's just I can't be not like I'm a little scared, but at the same time, it's very entertaining. I feel like people might get that joy out of it too.
I really wish that I would have, in my younger days, taken a foreign language that other than English. Spanish would have been my choice. Right now, I'm basically stuck with whatever I learned on Sesame Street, and that doesn't get you very far. Um,
Oh, that's funny.
that's unfortunately it's true, even after all these years. When did you get started on the VTubing aspect of things?
The VTubing, well, it all started when I started streaming, like doing Among Us streams on TikTok, actually. It was still fairly new to
Yeah.
be able to stream. I was doing it through my iPad because I was bored. It was like the middle of the night. And then it got some traction. I would do community streams. And I had always known a little bit about VTubing, but it was mostly me enjoying other VTubers. And I was like, how can I do this? And then I started looking into it. I was like, man, it's expensive. It's expensive to get a model. It's expensive to do everything. I didn't have a PC at the time. So once I did have like a PC, I started doing 3D streams. And then I had like or 3D model, sorry, like a Vroid.
Right.
And then I kind of had some difficulty, so I stopped streaming. I left my Twitch just alone. I felt kind of bad, but I had to work on myself and stuff.
Right.
And then I took it back up, used my old model, kind of. I just changed up her hair, really. And then I commissioned someone to do a model for me. And then, yeah, this is my model now. I had like the one you see with the cat ears. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then now I'm streaming pretty consistently now, like 4 days a week.
Yeah. Wow. That's a pretty good schedule. Keep that up and going. The Has VTubing been an outlet for you to get rid of some of the things that might be happening off the grid as far as the internet is concerned?
It's an outlet as far as like maybe in a way where I get to talk to people that I usually don't have the chance to talk to like outside of the internet. I mean, I do have friends and everything, but it's like I don't get to talk to as much people as I want to, and then on the internet I get to just communicate with a lot of people. So I would say that's kind of like a good aspect of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's amazing to remember that some of the folks you're talking to are standing upside down on the other side of the world. And
Right.
and have you always been someone who wanted to entertain people?
And not particularly. I mean, I always like making like even like my real job. I like making my coworkers laugh. I like making my friends laugh. It's not like I'm trying to be the funny person, but I do like being like entertaining with people in some sort of way. So it's just like something that comes a little bit naturally, and I think streaming has brought it out of me even more, where I'm honestly not even that shy anymore. Like I used to be a little shy, a little more nervous, but I feel like I've gotten really comfortable with talking to literally anyone that comes in through my streams.
Well, that's good. That's a great aspect to have, and to know that that's kind of carried over a little off the internet as well. There are some people who start off that are very outgoing, some people that start off that are very introverted, but they all kind of come to the same conclusion that the VTuber life has kind of helped them out in that regard.
Yeah, I feel like it's really an amazing like it's an amazing space getting to know a bunch of other people that like to me, I mean, when I had started originally like streaming when I was younger, it wasn't like I wasn't doing it consistently, and I did have a face camera, but I wasn't comfortable being in front of a camera knowing like my face was right there. I would get more nervous. I would I wouldn't say as much. And then now that I have something like in front of me, I mean, it's still moving the way I move. She talks when I talk, but I feel something about it is so comfortable.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, it's a good safe spot for me.
Yeah, it's just that it's not bulletproof, but it's just enough to keep that little bit of separation where you're comfortable to, let yourself go a little bit and be yourself without being yourself.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, and um, and I can't even imagine. Although if people really wanted to look, they could find me on YouTube. Some things I did when I was younger, but I can't imagine doing something like live on YouTube with your face in the picture. That would scare me to death. I don't know how folks did that and do that now. Um,
Yeah, me neither.
yeah, that to me. It's it really does make you feel like a target, kind of, as that goes.
Scary about your face being on the internet, like people knowing exactly who you are. Even if you don't have like that big of a following, people can still recognize you. And
Mhm.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Like the other people that do actual, real streaming, like with their face out there.
Hmm.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But I do very much like privacy.
Hmm.
And I think that's like, to me, that's important. So I couldn't imagine also like people picking you out if you did something silly. I'd be like, I'd rather just be able, maybe worst case scenario, I'd change my avatar, change my model.
Avatar name. Add another A.
For real.
We were kind of we
Oh,
were joking a little bit about that before coming on because the there are some instances where you had to add A's to your name because someone else has already used Zaya
yeah.
and something. We're gonna add hyphens and exclamation points and things to the end of
I'll add numbers, exclamation
it.
marks, everything.
uh,
Make
that's
it a password.
that's what the kids do today anyway. They put numbers in their names, and I don't understand what's going on. But the fact that you've been able to be you sound very comfortable in doing this now. Sounds like it's going the way you want.
Yeah, so far, honestly, it's just mostly like a hobby. Well, I feel like mostly everybody that is in the VTubing scene, it is a hobby, but I'm taking it more of a serious hobby.
Mm.
I've invested so much time in learning how to do like video editing, the streaming element, like the whole everything that goes into actually putting the time and effort into being a VTuber. I consider like it's so much at this point, even though. Um, I just restarted that I don't want to quit this. I want to be consistent.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's something I'm in it for the as long as I can.
Yeah, and I think it's going to last a while. I think that the technology might change. That
Yeah.
that might change up. I think that people might get a little more access to a few things as more inventors get involved with it. But I think that the system itself will last quite a while. Now, is have you had burnout at all while you've been doing this? Have there been times like, oh my, I don't want to go on 4 times a week?
Well, a couple times a week, and then now I'm doing it 4 times a week. But ever
Yeah.
since like I think changing to being committed to it now, especially because I do have like actual work and everything like that. Sometimes I get home and I'm like, I usually am that person that takes like daytime nap or yeah, after work naps. So
Yeah.
now I'm like, I come from home from work and then sometimes I'm like, I can't nap. I have to be on because I committed to this. And honestly, you can't really be too successful if you're not like as if you're not on regularly enough. That's like my fear too. Like
Hmm.
I'll lose some of the people that have started watching me because I did go, oh, today I'm not going to go on. Oh, today surprise I'm going to go on.
Hmm.
Like I'm not big enough where I can do that. So I want to be consistent and sometimes yeah, I'm a little tired. I don't have that much energy. I quit energy drinks, so now I can't bring that out. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean it happens. I feel like that happens with a lot of other things. Like I do art sometimes, and sometimes I don't draw for like weeks because I'm tired of drawing. Like I was like I've been
Yeah.
drawing for so much, but yeah, I do feel it. Just sometimes because I am learning everything, so I'm getting a little frustrated, and
Yeah.
I'm a little hard on myself, but. Yeah, but I just try to keep the positive. People like my content, and I'm like, okay, here you go.
Ha-
working.
have you done some of your art online?
Not yet. I do want to introduce like drawing streams. I just have to figure out how to like actually, be able to stream it. I got to
Well,
learn for that, but
yeah, you have to have
I do
all
want
the
to
right
do something
programs
like
and
that.
everything.
Or, yeah, or like doing hand cam painting or something like that. Yeah, that's
Oh,
something I want to do.
yeah, that sounds different. I don't know if I've seen too many people do actual painting. Um,
Yeah.
I've seen, yeah, I've seen, of course, people use their computers to do this stuff, but I don't know if I've seen direct hand painting with this before. That would be something different, and
Yeah.
I think folks would be up for that. You might get people asking for requests while you do it, and
Maybe.
when backseat artists. That would
Oh yeah, yeah. There's backseaters everywhere, but sometimes it's helpful and sometimes it's like, okay, I didn't ask.
mods.
I'm my only mod too, so it's like sometimes I'm like, sometimes people say some stuff and I'm just like, I don't know how to kick this person out, so I'm just gonna ignore it.
Ignore them completely. But what type of games do you like to stream?
I would say I'm a variety streamer, so I'll stream anything from like horror games, cute games. I really like anything with cats, really. But I used to do only first person shooters,
Hmm.
and now I stream it very rarely. But I like trying anything. I think there's a lot of games I never got to play just because when I was like growing up, or my friends would only stick to one game, so I would stick to one game. So
Hmm.
I'm basically right now I'm playing all the games I wish I would have played earlier. So it's old news, but to me it's new news.
Well, yeah, but a lot of people aren't playing those games, so it's you're kind of setting your own path with this.
Right, right. Yeah. I like indie games a lot more nowadays. Like I said, I used to only play like first shooter, so Apex, Overwatch,
Hmm.
and I used to play a lot of Destiny. I still touch those games here and there, but I've very much enjoyed indie games so far.
That is something also that I think people need to realize with this VTuber phenomenon is that these games are getting a lot more publicity because
Yeah.
if say you pick up on an indie game and maybe you're the only person streaming it and people watch it, oh, that's a really good game. That is publicity that they would never have gotten before, and really tough for them to get that type of exposure.
Right. Yeah. I feel like that's just been like what's been happening ever since YouTube gaming even came out, like
Mhm.
before even VTubers. I think the community for gaming is so nice because gamers help like game developers, and then game developers release these really good games that it's really nice, enjoyable to watch someone else play a game. And there's been lots of games I've been introduced because I've watched like a YouTuber or a streamer do it, and it's about also how the streamer also makes, or the VTuber, how they make it enjoyable to play through,
Oh yeah,
something like that.
yeah. It's really big, and I talk with a lot of folks about this. Is that folks might come to see you play a game, but they'll come back for you. The
Yeah.
Yeah, it's how you mesh with them and how you talk with the chat and your followers and your personality. Have you built up a pretty good base for that right now?
Like as in a base as like viewers.
Yeah.
I have a few people that come into my chat here and there that I recognize more often than
Hmm.
anybody. They're really cool. I love my little community so far. Like we're in the Discord. They're always we're always communicating, or they're always, being bullies, friendly bullies in my chat. But
Yeah.
no, I'm glad that I can, I still have that community where I can remember people's names and remember them again. I think that's important to me to connect with them, even
Hmm.
though like it's not huge so far, but it's very nice. And then, if by a miracle one day, I have more of a community, that might be harder, but I think it's important to connect to people that support you and, come off into your streams.
I don't know about that miracle part. I think you're working hard at it, and you're doing well. So that's coming in the future. But
Thank you.
I think you just brought up something that I never thought of before. Being an old man, that is remembering the names. That's probably why you don't have any 60-year-old. people is we don't remember anybody's names.
No, but I mean, I have that trouble remembering anything, but I so far, like, I mean, you could ask my chat. It takes me a while to remember it, but I'll get there and I'll remember you.
It's all of us. We'll start our own stuff up, and no one needs to know anybody's name at that point. Um, the what have you got planned for the your channel? Have you got anything big coming up here soon?
Not really. I've just been doing kind of what I feel like doing. Like recently, okay, so I recently lost a bet against a friend who
Oh,
knows I do this VTubing thing and streaming, and they were like, okay, it was a personal bet, so I can't get into the details because yeah, but
mm.
they were saying, okay, you lose, you got to do one of those cringy ASMR videos, and I was like, okay, I'll do it, and then guess what? I lost. So
Uh,
I did it in an hour. We had already talked about the potential like script. I did it in an hour,
mhm.
and I posted it to YouTube, and it was so dumb. It's already past 1,000 views, and I was like, why? Out of all my gaming videos that I've put effort into actually editing and everything like that, but I mean they're getting views too, and I think people are also like reaching me because of that ASMR video. But um, I was like, I told my Discord, I was like, should I do these as like punishment for things in the future during streams? I don't know. Like, I could introduce it, but um, other than that, so far, like, I do have plans of doing like cooking streams
Right.
or art streams and just anything that I kind of I like. I can just think of on the fly.
I would like to see more cooking streams. I'm a terrible cook myself, but I would like to see how people do different things because um, seeing it live and seeing somebody do it live is a lot different than seeing it, edited on tape later. You don't really get
Yeah.
the perils of doing a certain dish like you would doing it live. But um, the the uh, um, the variety part of your streaming, um, is there anything that you really want to try that is well on the horizon, a little far out of reach right now that you haven't been able to do yet?
See, as far as like something I want to do, I do want to get like I am interested in doing like voice acting stuff. So I mean, the ASMR stuff was like a whole like that was spontaneous. But I've
Yeah.
always wanted to do like maybe yeah voice acting stuff, especially like anime things, but also with Spanish included.
Hmm.
And then also now that we're on like talking about Spanish thing, I wanted to do Spanish only streams and maybe communicate more to a only Latino audience. But I'm just how to do all of that with not losing my existing English speakers. So I'm figuring that out. That is something I do plan on doing, but I just again I have to figure everything out.
That would be very interesting. I would like to see that happen, where there are more, because we have so many Spanish-speaking folks here in the United States now, and again, I kick myself for not learning it as a kid. Um, but really, that audience isn't particularly well represented, um, at least from the North American standpoint. Uh, Maybe you could do alternating, English one and then Spanish and then English and Spanish, some sort of thing. I would bet that once that caught on, it would really catch on.
Yeah, I just want to figure out how to do like all the little ins and outs for it.
Hmm.
I'm very much like a perfectionist in that way, so
Mm.
I need to figure it out, and then yeah something along the lines of that. But I've been seeing there's not as big as a VTuber community for the Latino aspect as much as there is for like here in the United States American one. So
Hmm.
I think I also want to. That's why I want to also be there, and then being an actual like native Mexican person. I don't know
Yeah.
how to say it like that, but like I don't know why I said it like that, but it's
Well,
like
yeah,
as someone who's actually from Mexico, like I do want to do stuff
yeah.
with that community as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it would. I think that it would be a revelation, and there'd be even more people kind of drawn into doing it because let's
Uh,
face it, so many people have gotten an opportunity to show what they can do because of this medium. And to have so many folks in the community that are so many people not do this Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a whole territory I have yet to discover. I'll see the ins and outs, but yeah, that is something I want to work on soon.
We're going to put it all on you. It's all on you now. It's
Yeah, it's all on more on me. Yeah.
all the pressure is on Zaya. Have you been able to do any collaborating here recently, and have you found it easy to collaborate with people?
I haven't collaborated with anybody yet since I started back up streaming, but I am talking to a bunch of other VTubers, and I think it's cool that we have like VTuber communities where you can get to know other people.
Mhm.
So I've been going through there, talking to new people, or talking to them on Twitter, and we're seeing about doing some stuff maybe in the future, getting to know each other first, and then seeing from there. It's something I'm definitely open to.
Mhm.
I think there's a lot of games that like require more than one person, so I think it's funnier if you do like even like horror games with other people and both people just screaming into a mic. But yeah, that is something I want to do, and I don't think it'll be too hard. As I usually talk with people every single day,
Mhm.
like at my real work.
in the
So
in the paying
I think it'll
job.
be easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it'll be easy to get them now. Yeah, everybody's got to remember that just because you get them together, get people together, and something doesn't work, there's not always anybody's fault. It just sometimes it just doesn't mesh, and you have to go
Well,
from
just
there.
don't click.
Yeah, it just doesn't click. The fact is that it could completely uh, completely work out just fine. You can have somebody that you can rely on for a long period of time and do some of these projects with. Are you looking forward to something like that?
Yeah, I've always like doing something even with like multiple people, like maybe like games that require like around 4+ people, like doing something continuously. Yeah, I'm down to do anything like that. And right now I don't have particular plans on the table, but that is something I would be open to.
Mhm. So, is there a game that you got right now that you haven't streamed yet that you really want to?
Um, let's see. I feel like I've dabbled into like a little bit of everything, but I did stream let's see, what was it? Oh no, there is one. Phantasmophobia. I have not streamed that yet. I've only played 5 minutes of it. My friend was like, I don't like this game, so we played something else. So that's all and I've always wanted to play it. It's so old news, but yes, that is one game I would love to play with other people
Oh,
on stream soon.
oh yeah, you
That
can't.
one for sure.
That one you can't really do by yourself very well. You have to have somebody else there.
Right.
Yeah, once because if you die, you're done.
Yeah, and it's boring, It's like, I mean, it might not be boring. There's a lot of people that I know that have like done it alone, but I think it's something where I would consider it be funnier if I played it with other people.
Well, we'll look forward. Hopefully, you'll be able to get that going here in the future. And it sounds like to me you've got a really good setup for what you're wanting to do. And this second time around sounds like it's going to be a good one for you as far as VTubing is concerned.
Yeah, definitely better stuff now, better internet too. Now I have two monitors, so it's pretty cool. So it's much more than I have ever been used to growing up, but I'm here to actually like I've put in the effort, I've put in the money, now I'm broke 99 because of it, but I'm here to actually utilize this.
Well, folks need to check out and see what Zaya's got going on. We're going to have the links in the description for this interview in on the YouTube channel. So please check out and see what Zaya's got happening. Thank you so much for coming on.
No, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.